Andy Koen has been talking with some of the people evacuated and following the things from lower down in the neighborhood here. Andy, what are you seeing?
Yeah, that's right, Bill. Heard from a couple of folks that kind of set up over here where we are. We're a little bit west of where you guys have set up. And, this is an area where some folks who had been evacuated from either, some of the Skyway areas, the Upper Bear Creek neighborhoods, they had been watching what had been going on over the course of several hours here throughout the afternoon. And, it sounded like, it just sort of, it happened all of a sudden. One family in particular I spoke with said that they were able, a neighbor stopped by and had, alerted them that there was a fire, and they sure enough looked out on the deck, and it was less than a half a mile away. They did have some time. They had about an hour before a police officer came to the door and said it's time to go, and they were able to gather up some of the things that they needed and get out and get evacuated. But many families had been evacuated here, and then it was just kind of watching and waiting, and there was some tense moments earlier in the afternoon when we saw so much fire activity. The smoke was really flaring up there, and there was a sense of relief among everybody who we were just visiting with. Once they saw some of the air support come in, when they saw that helicopter making the water drops, and when they saw the aircraft, the airplanes that were swooping in and dropping fire retardant on the edges of this fire, it was sort of a welcome relief. And then as we've moved here later in the afternoon, the smoke has died down, the fire activity has died down, and so it's kind of been a deep breath. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. Everybody's still, it's still a very dangerous situation, and folks are aware of that. But it was relieving for them to see that. Their big thing, I said, what can we help you with? And they said, just pray. We need everybody to pray for us. And, I think that kind of gets to the heart of where folks have been with this. I do want to mention, I had a few folks, we were posting things on social media. Based on where we're set up, we're basically in the front yard of the Brookdale Senior Living Center here off of Lower Gold Camp Road. And a few folks had asked me on social media if they were making any preparations, but I did talk to folks over there, and a police officer chatted with them. They said, no, nobody is preparing any kind of evacuations over here. So I was just kind of giving that as a frame of reference to let people know where we're set up and where you're seeing what we're seeing. And so that is the situation from where we've been this afternoon.